Okay, let's continue. Hopefully we didn't lose too much of that.
Hopefully not.
Just
wasn't
one
the end
more
of it.
quick minute
Hard to
before
get
we
up
get
to.
back.
Because I wasn't like looking at OBS the whole time, so I don't know when that icon actually popped up.
Alright, we're back online?
Yep, we're online now.
Alright, so those of you who passed, what information do you want to get out of the crowd of like random miners who are like, you know, done mining for the day?
I'm assuming that knowing exactly how to destroy the mine is not going to work, so I'd like to know what shifts are, and like when people are working at the mine and when it might be therefore more vulnerable.
Alright, so what you get basically is people are basically working in the mine from just before sunup through just before sunset. Late at night, it's very important no one go into the mine. That's when the Lord and his men go and do stuff there.
Okay, so that's not suspicious as all hell.
Mm-hmm.
So we can
So,
potentially shut down
they
the
think
mine
that,
and actually deal
they're
with the
doing
problem.
magic to conjure metal out of the earth and make everyone rich.
I don't think that's how conjuring works.
Speaking as the Earth Mage, Nick, how
Yep.
much bullshit is that?
That is complete bullshit, but a superstition you've heard several times.
Okay. And which parts of the mine have they found the cold iron in?
So they're listed off a couple of different entrances from where they found that.
That's what I wanted to hear.
Yep, there's 4 different places where they found it so far, just digging new tunnels in.
Yep. Alright.
Where does Taran wake up the following morning?
That's a good question, Izzy.
Actually, considering how much drinking, I think we need a where does everyone wake up this morning?
You're not wrong.
Because the last thing that happened was Taran was pointing his sword at people saying, Yo-woo-ya! Yo-woo-ya! He's a
I feel like Tyrion
Oh, boy.
probably wakes up in the common room, like slumped over in a corner.
That seems entirely reasonable. Wakes up, I'm a warrior!
Tyrion got a pillow. Someone gave him a pillow.
Someone gave me a pillow. Pillows are delicious.
Fucking Christ.
Of course.
Which type of pillow, though? That's the real question. What's it stuffed with?
Strong pillow.
Goose
A
feathers.
strong pillow.
The strong sword.
Strong pillow full of rocks.
The strongest of pillows. Oh, fucking kill me.
The pillow case is just full of cold iron.
But so, did anyone not get shit-faced and want to do anything at night?
Well,
How far is this mine
I'm-
away?
The town's built around the mines in the hills.
I'm gonna go check it out.
Alright.
You could probably hear the chanting of Sir Irik's name as you return from the mine, and then probably turn and go back to the mine.
So, going up to... Is anyone else joining Irik for a nightly excursion?
Ethan was up to something.
I was just going to be I was going to be just drinking, but if it's going to be a nightly excursion, yeah, I'll go do that. That sounds like fun.
Okay.
I'm so glad to have waylaid your carousing. I'm doing my job.
You gave Taran a bad habit and took it away from Aiden.
Nah.
Ethan is closer to being able to hold his own in combat.
Mm-hmm.
What would we do for like reconnaissance? Because they said that the Lord goes at night.
Yep, so, here's the thing. This
What
is
is
where
trees
stealth,
like here?
camouflage, and observation come in.
The observation's pretty good.
I don't really have those. I have okay at that, but Nick, quick question. Can I use hide path or conceal, or is there not enough woods around here?
So here's the thing. On the outskirts, they've kind of stripped the forest away from the hills that actually have the mine in it.
I hate this place. Why can't I just do all of my plant magic?
But, yep,
Should I
so
just throw 1 point into stealth to make my roll so much better?
you could decide to do that. That is what points are there for.
Dan, see my message.
Hold on.
Do I need to roll all of them or just choose one thing to roll?
It's basically, how close are you two going to get? Is like the first big question.
Okay. I guess first I will stay in plant distance of where I can actually use the conceal spell.
And roll conceal, and then
Let me double check that it conceals the spell I want, because I have gotten plant spells confused before.
Izzy, it seems like your message is kind of cut off.
Is Izzy talking?
I think
No,
so.
I'm not talking.
I was briefly talking to Laura,
Okay.
so that's probably what it was.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever, I will get this book to work later.
All right, so
How familiar are the people up here with the government of our country?
not at all.
Are they in like in passing familiarity?
In the sense that they know the people who wear really pretty clothing with weird colors on them are important and either should be ransomed back or stabbed first.
Actually, out of curiosity, what was the political situation along the border currently?
Like the actual border between your kingdom and this area?
Yeah, because weren't there a lot more border hostilities recently or something?
There's a lot more banditry. And well, from your perspective, there's a lot more banditry because the warlords out in the Badlands are actively robbing people again.
Yeah, but shouldn't there be people in the Badlands that are theoretically keeping that to a not minimum, but to a more reasonable level?
No, but so the Badlands is primarily city-states.
Yeah, but I thought okay, so none of the city-states would theoretically be supposed to be in a position or a level of power where they would normally be putting stops to things like that.
No, here's the thing: they're the ones doing it.
Oh, gotcha.
It's their guys running around engaging in banditry against people who are not them. Actual political situation is there's a bunch of city-states that don't respect anyone else and will actively sit there stabbing and stealing from everyone they can get away with doing it to. From the perspective of all the characters in your kingdom, it's a whole area full of barbarians and bandits.
So, just so that this goes slightly better, I am going to throw 1 goddamn point into stealth.
Okay.
Get up on Terran's level.
Tyrion, I believe, actually has this trained. But, so should I roll observation and stealth? Is that what both of us are supposed to do?
I mean, mostly roll camouflage first. That's the actual important one.
Okay, so should I put the point into camouflage instead of stealth?
I thought you had that spell.
Oh, yeah, the conceal spell. I already rolled it. It passed.
Okay.
So camouflage is apparently an IQ easy skill, so putting a point into that means that I'm suddenly at my IQ for it.
Yep.
What do I use that for?
I mean, the conceal spell is enough that you two just pass, unless someone who has magical perception comes and goes near you while you're doing this.
Or actually, wait, which spell do I have? Which spell do I do for hiding us in the woods? Because conceal is apparently just for items, hide paths for our route. Was it just plant growth? Is she a
Okay,
plant? or
conceal
something?
is for a target of a particular size.
Okay.
That's not just items.
Okay. Sorry. I all the plant spells are named. Half the plant spells are named very similarly.
Yep, but no, you get your conceal and you good.
Nick.
All right, so what's going on out here?
All right, so do that, and then we just need observation from Eirik and Aiden.
Well, that was a good roll. Why is Taryn rolling?
Oh
Did
no, what
Taryn just,
disadvantage hit?
Did Taryn have a disadvantage hit, or is he trying to follow us?
All will be revealed eventually.
Oh no.
Okay, so my observation passed by 4.
Mm-hmm.
You found
I
Terran.
passed by 5 on my observation.
Did I
Alright,
find
Pass by
Taryn?
4 to pass by 5.
You found
We
Terran
spot
more.
Taryn.
All right, so the big thing you notice is like the actual part where they have like big storage places where they're actually moving the raw ore and like sifting it out from like dirt and such that are all like at the end of the day people go deposit like their mining tools and where the final things that are coming up in wheelbarrows there. And then a bunch of guys with weapons and armor come out and start just like patrolling the buildings and keeping watch over the mines.
Does this lord show up?
Yeah. Originally, small group comes up, about like 4 or 5 people. There's the guy who's wearing the colors of the town, who like has a silver circlet on his head, and like actually decent weapons that, near as you can tell, are you're like, I'm pretty sure he got those from someone in our kingdom. That's not made out in the Badlands.
Mm-hmm.
So he comes out along with a like middle-aged man who screams wizard to you from like staff, has some crystals on his belt and a book near him. And a younger woman who, looking at her, she's like, you look like some sort of noble. Like, far and away the best dressed of the 3. It's like on Kristoff and Aiden levels of fancy clothing. And first they go into the big storage house. Spend a good amount of time there. And they come back out and they head up to the actual hills.
Are they carrying anything?
You know, you have enough observation to tell that both the wizard and the young woman, they definitely have more things on them. Like, you don't know
leave them when
what
they
it
came?
is, but they left the storage house with like belt pouches filled with something.
Oh. What do you think of that, Aiden?
Components or something, not 100% sure. This was for the storage, not for entering the mines itself?
Yeah, so like they went to the storage house, they left the storehouse with like their pouches full of something.
Would want to potentially look at what's inside that storehouse to get more.
So then they head off.
What's near the
mines.
storehouse?
Have to get a little bit closer to figure anything else out.
What's next to the storehouse, or where's the storehouse located in relation to the mine?
So no, it's like way towards the entrance of like the hills where the mines are. They bring things down to a bunch of storehouses that are like, now we can transport it out to the market and the people who are buying everything.
Okay, so are the storehouses closer to the woods?
They are closer to the woods, yes, but the area is still clear around them.
Cannot rely on the vision of trees.
Nope.
I think we're going to need to recruit. Okay, let's see. Can clearly figure this out on own.
Oh no.
Clearly.
Perfect illusion is not good enough. Not good enough to make us invisible, effectively, right?
No, it's not invisibility, but you could like get a decent chunk of the way towards like invisibility or a disguise with it. It's just not ideal for those.
Okay, let's see if I can get that done. No, I cannot. Can I try again?
Did you fail the spell, or
I failed the spell by 1. I didn't think fail by spell by 1 is usually roll on a table, but
It's probably not rolling a table. It's probably
So-
someone to detect
it's probably if their wizards or guards notice.
Yep. Iric, while Aiden's casting and like this is going on, you just feel something push into your back slightly.
Oh, good. I recognize that feeling, I bet.
What?
I'm pretty sure I recognize that feeling.
Aiden's to your side.
No, nice. Very nice.
Something else just prods into
Nick, I
Iric's
think
back.
you're the one with the
pretty
mind in the
They-
gutter too much at the moment.
Spoiler alert, they're happy
No.
to see you.
Aiden, you are absolutely not the only one. Or, Sean, you are absolutely not the only one with your mind in the gutter right now.
I thought it was like an iron sword.
In retrospect, we probably should have sent the guy who regularly disappears from fights.
Yeah, we should have. That's why I decided to roll on a disadvantage on whether or not we should go back and get you.
I was under the impression that you were all drunk.
I mean, you're not wrong. I'm still fucking good at this.
Yeah, he's probably still better at stealth drunk than Aiden is sober.
I'm going to let out a very world-weary sigh and say, my lord, you may want to turn around.
If I look around, who's here?
Ha! Gotcha! I'm a warrior!
You motherfucker.
Yep.
You're such a fucking rogue.
Irik's going to swear and knock the sword off of his back and then look up like, what the hell are you doing?
Taryn is clearly drunk.
Spoiler alert, he was happy to see you.
Okay. It
Was
would
it?
be
Did he put
too
my
much-
sword to my back?
Yes.
Just out of level of insult question.
Well, it had the longest reach, so he could give you guys the widest berth, so yes.
So mad. So mad.
Would you have preferred if he used the green sword's corroded hilt?
Just as a matter of honor, yes.
You know what, Taryn? You see those sheds over there?
You know, whatever you're thinking, it's probably a bad idea, my lord.
Taryn is going to try burbling your lips, Aiden.
I already rolled again to see if I was going to set you on fire, and decided, nah, it's going to reveal our position too much. Stop making me think I need to roll again.
What's the matter?
Nothing.
Irik's going to grab Taryn by the scruff of the collar, and I know I can't make him go anywhere. He's too strong for that, but I'm going to try and push him back towards the inn.
He's probably going to stumble and fall down the hill.
I feel
You know what's
nothing.
hilarious is that Izzy doing this basically has kept me from wasting a ridiculous amount of FP trying to do this on my own with spells. Like, tactically, the fuck it, we have to go back to the inn helps us so much.
Irik will say, my lord, we should make sure he gets back in one piece.
Yep, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess we go back to the inn and then actually talk to our ninja teammate.
When we get to the bottom of the hill, I'm going to start rolling Taryn towards the end like a barrel. If he doesn't get up on his own.
You assume Taryn is still there at the bottom of the hill.
Yeah, well, he was drunk enough that I could push him over.
It's
So
true.
if he's not, he's on his own.
Mhm.
That's fine.
Like, if you want, I could have it so you're tied up in vines and can't get away.
Oh my.
Oh my.
Ask first. Consent is important.
Apparently not when it's about holding swords to my back, though. I have questions.
It's Taryn. He's not good at
You know,
remembering instructions.
Gotcha!
That doesn't excuse all behavior.
Oh, absolutely not. But like, Aiden knows this stuff.
Yeah, no, Taryn is just gonna say gotcha and try booping your nose.
I hope with the finger instead of with your sword.
Yes, with the finger. What do you think, Taryn? Some kind of idiot?
Roll slashing damage.
So what is Kristoff up to when we actually get back to the inn?
Honestly, he's probably starting to not wallow, and it's like, I should probably drink water so I'm not completely destroyed tomorrow.
Anya has actually like been. Once she noticed just how much you were drinking, she like started keeping an eye on you and like probably sat nearby and started giving you water.
Yeah,
Also, Nick, dumb question. What is strategy, leadership, or what need to be rolled for a planning montage?
Okay, depends on what you're trying to do, but primarily either strategy or leadership.
Okay, cool. I have both of those. Leadership is better, though.
It's mostly strategy is what you use to plan, leadership is what you use to execute the plan.
Okay. So going to probably sit down with Kristoff and see who else is around at the moment.
A bunch of drunk people, but like you could go get a room. You can like throw some money down the table and get yourself a private room.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'm going to first do a... I'm not explaining why I'm trying to drag you off to a private room, just to see if that works.
Yeah, no, you don't get to drag off a very obviously drunk person like that.
Hey, Christoph, you want another beer?
No, I really don't.
Nectar of the gods!
Okay.
Nectar of the warriors!
At least I'll never be... I'm gonna look over to Anya. At least I'll never be that drunk.
I don't
not
know
sure
if it's
that's drunk.
I don't know if it's possible for us to even get drunk the way he does.
You're getting close, but no, like... Here, I just need to ask a few questions, okay? Sadly... Oh god, I'm taking this... What the hell? Nope, I need to go get another drink.
Here you go! This one...
Why am I taking this job seriously?
What job are you taking seriously, Aiden?
I'm trying trying to determine whether or not not I want to respond to that. I think I'm just going to keep ignoring you. I think I've decided that this is the way that is dealing with Taryn that is least objectionable to the rest of the party. So when I get Kristoff away from the crowd, it will be like, so how do you feel about casing a joint?
Yeah, all right.
Okay. So there's some supply sheds at the hill away from the mine that the people who own the mine, some random noble chick, and a wizard who's probably incompetent needed to grab to go into the mine to do whatever sketchy things they're doing in the mine alone in the dark.
That sounds fun.
If you don't think you can break into it tonight, we can do a little bit more for actually getting in tomorrow. And if you can't actually get in tonight and get information, well, we can plan how we're invading the mine itself tomorrow.
Well, here's a good question. How am I feeling, Nick?
You're in, how much were you were drinking a lot?
I'd say moderate. I probably started heavy and then tapered off quite a bit after the first few drinks, and the source of depression had gone away.
In an hour, you'd only be at a -1, and that's not going to go away until you sleep.
Yeah, so all right. Give me a little bit to sober up, and I'll take a look.
I don't suppose I could try an herbalism thing for giving him like house remedy thing that would pick him up faster.
Please don't give him speed.
You know what? With all the magic plants you grabbed out of the forest, yes, you can do that.
Okay, let me try it. Watch me now roll an 18.
Please roll an 18.
Oh no, that passes by 3.
Yeah, you make something, it's bitter and tastes like hell, but boy does it clear your mind.
I'll take it. All right. Well, we're gonna go ahead and cast my stealth suite.
Mm-hmm.
Because I have a stealth suite.
Yep. Like you do.
All right, that didn't pass. Not a crit though. God damn, I'm rolling really badly on that spell. Let's try the other one. You know what? I should probably just roll mage stealth anyway. That makes more sense.
If I have to toss a potion at you so you can get your FP back,
I'll be
for
fine.
this job, I'm going to be pissed.
There we go. Okay, mage stealth is up.
Mm-hmm.
All right, off we go, I suppose. So yeah, basically, I am completely silent at this point, unless I want to talk.
Okay. Yeah. Roll stealth at plus whatever your mage bonus is.
Okay.
I believe you get a huge bonus from mage stealth.
Yeah. What the fuck is my bonus from mage stealth?
Let's see.
GURPS magic.
Oh, actually, is this an illusion or an sound? That's the better question.
I think it's technically a sound spell.
Probably. Yep, mage stealth. Oh, add 5 to your stealth.
Oh, well then.
Is it just what you pass by?
No.
Passed by 13. I rolled a 7, so it's not technically a crit.
Yep.
That's sad.
Alright,
so
so...
or more was a crit.
Yeah, so Kristoff is easily able to get up there and, like, go, alright, here's a window I can slip through, get in through that, because they don't have glass.
Well, that's convenient.
They're too poor to have glass? Wow, this is a shit town.
Well, the
This is
Badlands.
Aiden being privileged.
Yes, it is.
Taryn's gonna be like, I was
Especially
not
considering most of the warehouses in like your cities also still don't have it. But
yeah.
I'm not saying the town we have as our main town is not a shit town.
Yep. But so getting in, Kristoff is like, all right, this is definitely where they're like panning out stuff. There's a bunch of silver ore. There's some iron. There's iron. There's that's probably the cold iron. You don't really know what that looks like, but
Can I swipe a sample of that?
swipe whatever you want. Basically, swipe however many pounds of raw ore you want to swipe.
Yeah, look
If you had asked Anya about this before you all set out, she would have given a verbal description of the cold iron she got to look at earlier.
Okay,
Mhm.
yeah, I probably would have at least asked a couple basic questions.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, we'll swipe like I don't know,
Given
pound of cold iron or cold silver, whatever, and yeah, you know, we're just gonna grab a couple like a bar of regular silver because it's still
And,
Kristoff.
Yeah.
Given
Are you
the-
just finding
Guys, Dave's trying to say something.
Given
Pardon?
the rumors of them like pulling it out of the earth, I want to look at it, make sure it's still like natural metal once you get it back.
Yeah, for sure.
Also, is there...
I'll grab
I
2
would
bars
be
of silver
looking out
then.
for anything that wouldn't be just like the metal supplies you would be expecting them for it to get from a mine, seeing as how they're doing something and they had to go to the storehouse to grab supplies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so let's say a pound of cold of the special metal, and then 2 pounds of regular silver.
Okay. Makes sense and sounds good. So, the other thing is there are some areas in the back of the warehouse that are definitely under lock and key. And more importantly, there is a line cut in the dirt circularly around that door.
Interesting.
Like, very obviously, you can't not notice that there are lines around around these doors, and you have enough magic perception to say, "Yep, there's a spell on that will activate if I cross the threshold."
Okay, interesting.
Which is some pretty high level shit. Actually, there's like passwords or keys that you can get or carry to bypass that stuff, just from your knowledge of how that works.
Right, but not the kind of shit that I could have on hand, and probably not stuff I can even create.
Well, that's the thing is, it's keys to the warded area. Like, you are wearing the amulet that says, don't trigger whatever you're going to trigger if I step on it.
Right, I guess I can search and see if there's any of those outside.
So, from the outside, there's nothing on the outside, but there are no windows to this part of the building.
No, of course, because that'd be stupid if there weren't.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just wondering if there's like maybe a storage place, like maybe there's one of these metals that's like outside the secure area.
Well, that's the thing. You guys have no idea what would give you access right now. There's nothing that is like sitting around looking like it's a key.
Right. Huh. Okay, so I'm trying to remember. So the 2 people go in there every night to find the metal or whatever they're actually doing.
Mm-hmm.
How thick are the walls?
They'd be some thick
They're
ass
not
walls.
that thick. They're like pretty normal wood. It's like normal dry wood. It's just getting through the walls. Not that hard. Really hard to do without being noticed.
Right.
The floor is just hard packed dirt.
Right. Ah, man, an earth mage would be really fucking helpful right now, but I probably can't get him in stealthily.
I have no faith.
Well, I guess I can cast another instance of Mage Stealth on him. That might work. Yeah, might have to risk it. How much of a walk is it to get back?
It's not that far away. It's probably like good 20 minutes, maybe.
Oh, that's not bad. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go back and get Victor and let him know I need some help breaking into the secure part of the facility.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy.
Do you show him the medal that you found so far?
Yeah, I'll give him one of the pounds of silver and the once we're in the private room and the cold iron to look at.
All right. What do I roll, Nick? Majory and something?
Do you have an earth? I think like seek earth. I think you have as a spell because you have to.
Yeah, I do have that. Just roll that spell.
Yeah, just roll that spell.
All right.
I was gonna say you're definitely getting a bonus for this, Dave, but you rolled it before I gave you the bonus.
Well, that's good because I need the bonus.
Yeah, I'd say you probably take +3 to this because this is something that you probably get called on to do a decent chunk of time.
All right, so that's 2 passes. One
Okay.
passed by 1, one passed by 4.
All right, so the cold iron, that's legit.
Huh.
Like,
okay.
yep, that is absolutely ore for cold iron. The silver is more complicated. It's silver. It's silver that was magically created. Which,
Interesting.
so the really important thing for that is, one, that shouldn't really be capable of happening out here. You generally need pretty high mana areas for that to happen.
Okay.
And two, the main reason why metal that is magically created is important for this is you can't enchant metal like that.
Ah. Now I'm starting to get some more ideas of why the Fae don't want this mine operating.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Outside
their
of the
mine.
cold iron?
It's their mine, originally. I think this silver is... So, if it's a high mana area this far out in the Badlands, the Fae are probably involved, is what I'm thinking.
Potentially.
Yeah, it's a pretty
Can I
nice.
see the
So-
silver?
Yeah, sure.
I don't suppose Hidden Lure Fae can give me anything about it.
Roll it.
I mean, no, you can't have my precious.
Mm-hmm. What'd you get, Sean?
Passed by 1, so I'm guessing not much.
Yeah, no. You're like, yeah, they could definitely create this, but you have no idea if they did.
Okay. But yeah, I can go help Kristoff break in.
Yeah, basically what I need you to do is build basically just dig a small tunnel through the hard packed dirt so I can like get in the building, and then just chill so that if something goes bad, you can get me another way out.
So, okay, I will probably have to concentrate on this shape Earth. So move quickly.
I'll do what I can.
Mm-hmm.
So shape Earth is 1 per cubic yard of Earth shaped. How
Yep.
much of this? How much do I have to move to make this happen?
I mean, to make a hole that I can squeeze through, not much.
Dave, I think we changed that over to the regular AoE burst, so treat it as area 2.
Okay. Not that tells me how much it costs.
4 FP.
All right. You have, in that case, 2 minutes. Sorry, you have 3 minutes.
That might not be enough time, but I'll see what I can do.
Don't have all that much FP. Oh, no, wait, sorry. It's half that to maintain. You have 6 minutes.
That's a little better.
7 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Because the first minute is the original casting.
Yep.
All right. 13,
7 minutes. Okay.
9. Yeah. Call it 7 minutes. It might actually be 5.
That'll give you enough time to make the rolls you want to make.
Okay. Yeah, let's go with that.
All right. The big thing is, Dave, I need you to make a Dex +2.
Oh, this could be a problem.
Is this a stealth roll?
This is functionally his stealth.
Okay. Well, I do. I am casting Mage Stealth on him.
I was assuming you were.
Okay.
You said Dex +2?
Yep.
All right. Fail by 4.
Balls.
All right. So while Victor's approaching, something is like, "Hey, what are you doing out here? Not supposed to be out here at night."
I'm going to start singing loudly off key.
I don't suppose I could have gone out to the wooded, I can create myself cover area to try and help with this and
What do
be
you
on
have?
hand.
What do you have?
I did realize that I had just been responsible and it felt the need to actually be drinking more, so let me actually roll against disadvantage.
Sure. Roll against disadvantage to see if Aiden is here to help.
How much do you actually trust
Apparently.
them to manage stuff?
That's fair. So, what does it, so that apparently is enough that, yeah, I'm either not trusting them or taking these responsible enough. What would I need to roll to attempt to seemingly incredibly drunkenly hit on the guard as a distraction?
Sex appeal.
Okay. I forget, do I get charisma status or anything like that, Tet?
You don't get status in this case because they don't respect your status, but you get charisma.
Okay. Pass by 2. I'm attempting to act very drunk for why I'm in an area I'm not supposed to be in.
Okay, so they start questioning that Aiden comes out and starts aggressively hitting on the guards.
Did he leave the inn?
Yes.
Okay, can I have followed him out? I'm gonna keep a distance.
Sure, you could have gone back to the hidey hole.
Because
I
him
think-
heading out in the middle of the night is never gonna be a good thing.
Yeah, I think it would be more surprising and suspicious if you didn't.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Which,
Can I also have an extra drink to hand off to the guard when I do this?
you have a bottle of wine.
In that
Okay,
case, I'm just
yes,
going
I'm
with
then-
him.
Yeah, I'm definitely then sharing the bottle of wine, trying to share the bottle of wine with the guard as well.
Yep, and your sex appeal passes. They are happy to sit here and drink some wine with you because it's been boring as all hell. Which gives Victor enough time to get the spell off.
Well, with that, can it also be the both sit down, drink wine with them, and also go off into the woods further away from this?
You didn't pass sex appeal that much.
Damn it.
With all of them. Individuals, sure. All the guards are not leaving because their lives will be on the line if the Lord comes back and they're not there. But it's enough for Victor to get his spell off and then back up to a safe distance once one of the other guards is like, yep, go shoo. Because you can be far away and still maintain it. So, Chris.
So I guess then the question after this is, after this works well enough for Victor, are any of these guards attractive enough that I go with this is not just the stall them for time?
So basically, whether you follow through on hitting on them.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. Like, you've definitely had Hunter, but pretty good. I rolled one of them got actually attractive.
Okay. Yeah, I will probably catch up with the rest of the party to see how this goes in the morning then.
I mean, Taryn is not allowed to be involved in this.
No.
Taryn actively is not involved. In fact, that might be what Anya is doing, is babysitting the drunken Taryn.
Yeah, honestly, Anya's not entirely sure how much useful she'll be directly to the party. It'll be useful to have plausible deniability if you all get your butts kicked. And someone needs to, like, make sure Taryn doesn't completely blow everything open.
But
Drink more of that bravery juice, Taryn, and then get to sleep.
I'm a woman. Taryn goes on the pillow.
Clearly the most responsible of all parents.
Clearly.
Grandparent, different responsibility there.
Yeah.
Hey, so if I followed Aiden out to distract the guards, and he left with one of the guards, I'm with one of the guards?
I thought
Right
you were
now, Aiden and the guards are sitting in front of the warehouse drink.
Okay. I actually missed part of that because I thought you were just staying out like in the area way near the trees. I didn't realize you were going down with the distract and seduce the guards option.
No, I don't know if you ever told me your plan. So when you took off with a bottle of wine in the direction of two people, I was going to stick with you to make sure things didn't get ugly.
You know,
You still
I
pass by
probably
that
didn't
girl and
tell.
sit in
You
front
know,
of
in
the-
all honesty, even if thought of it, it makes more sense for Aiden not to have told you that this was the plan.
Okay.
Yeah.
And honestly, if you seduce a guard and go off with the guard, Eric's just gonna be like, checks out.
Yep.
And honestly, accidental sex appeal means that your being there probably doesn't hurt the seduction attempt as much.
It's
Can I
true.
help?
Roll accidental sex appeal.
Still the best disadvantage.
Yep.
No, I paid points for that. That's an advantage.
Yeah, that's an advantage. Roll it.
Don't you be confusing advantages and disadvantages.
Okay, so it's a 6.
Amazing.
Oh dear, did I regret?
No, but I did pass by 7.
You
So.
roll that sweet anime power.
Yeah, I've gotten the other guards to come join in the drinking.
Yeah, like I'm pretty sure we've just bought you the rest of the night.
Sounds like it.
Eric has no idea what's going on. He's just like, these guys are fun to be around.
Yep. They're fun to be
Why
around.
are
They
you-
just
why
offer
are
to
you
give you a nice
assuming-
neck massage.
Why are you assuming all the guards are men?
Because we've been
I'm
referring
not.
to them as guys.
A moment, I have to roll some dice. It's accurate. All the dice came up odds or evens the exact same. And yeah, these guys are offering to give Iric, nice back massage. It seems like he's been stressed.
Eric is completely oblivious to this and is like, yeah, and you wouldn't believe the guy I have working for me. Just going off about Taryn.
You know, if this is how Aiden finally gets like Iric to an orgy, this will be like the surprise.
Yeah.
Aiden's over here with his personal fucking Super Bowl.
Yeah, like this was like I was wondering if this was going to count as taking one for the team or not, and then one of the guards turned out
Like, I
to
thought that
actually be attractive, and then Iric accidentally came along and is joining in the plan. Like, this plan has gone way better than I personally ever thought it could be.
Mm-hmm. It has. So, inside the building. So Christoph gets in. I'm assuming you have some source of light for yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably something small, but yes.
So, in this back room, you see several random bits of metal.
Like a lot of them, or just a few like small pieces of metal?
Small pieces, a good number of just like spell casting implements. And books and some reference materials and such. But you still have to be careful because you can see the other side of that warding circle does extend into the room.
Okay. Are the small bits of metal magical?
No, but they look very pure, like for silver, cold iron, and such. And there's also some really weird rocks that you're like, those look magical. I can tell they're magical. I have no idea what they are.
I'm gonna take one of the rocks, and I'm gonna take the piece of that really nice pure metal that I think they would miss the least.
Okay. And the last thing you'd see is there's a good number of like really rough cut gems, or like you're looking like, okay, so that has a lot of flaws, which is, but you know, so it would be a shitty monostone at best.
Okay.
And stuff like that.
Interesting. If I look at the books, what kind of references are they?
It's tough to get a look at it without triggering the circle, but like it looks like a lot of detailed earth magic.
Okay.
Like earth magic, alchemy, enchanting, like references to what purity you want for particular materials for best effect, how to identify that stuff, stuff along those lines.
Okay. Anything else of note in the room? Anything I should roll for?
So roll scrounging in general for how quickly you case the important things and get out with them.
Okay.
And how much you get out.
Pass by 1.
Okay. You get roughly what you said is like you figured out that stone's important. You got a couple of the bits of more pure metal, things like that.
Okay. Can I like write down like some of the titles of the books and stuff that I can see?
Yeah, or you can just leave and write them down afterwards because that's pretty easy to remember.
Okay. That seems to be everything of note inside the place.
Yeah.
All right. Then I guess we'll cheese it.
Mm-hmm. All right. So Aiden's definitely getting invited out into the woods. Is Ira going to join?
I mean, they do seem like pretty chill guys, don't they, Sir Iric?
Please tell me you're not there.
Yeah,
He
please
is
tell me you're
not.
not
I
there.
made sure of it.
I'm not. I'm still at the end. I love how like you guys just assumed, dear God, he's everywhere.
Are we
Well,
wrong?
last time we weren't wrong.
Like, I was half expecting you to fucking come into the building after me.
I mean, don't tempt it, sir.
I mean, I'm already leaving, so whatever, but...
You close the door, you just see through the window Taryn waves back at you.
Thank God there are no safe doors and no windows.
When you close the door, Taryn crawls through the window.
He somehow made a window and then crawled through it.
He's slowly going from like affable character that's fun to laugh at to eldritch horror.
He can be both. He has a lot of points to work with.
So
That's true. Oh God.
Yep. It's true. So is Iric following into the woods, Ricky?
Sorry, where are we going?
This is later after Christoph and Victor have left the scene, and some of the guards are like, there's a really beautiful spring out in the forest.
It's really nice of them to offer.
I feel like I'm not that dumb.
No, you're not that dumb. You didn't take this disadvantage. Irek knows exactly what they're talking about.
Is the guy hitting on me cute? And is he smarter than the people that I've been protecting?
He's all right, and that's a hard question to answer.
Look, Aiden is actually pretty damn smart.
He's definitely smarter
If you're
than
going
Taryn.
by off IQ score.
That's a
Yeah, but he's a
very low
dumbass.
bar to clear, Dave.
I know. That's my point.
Ricky, this is a guy who, on guard duty, sat down and drank half a bottle of wine with you and Aiden.
Oh, god damn it. I probably don't think he's... Wait, but I don't know we're distracting him. Huh.
No, you don't.
Oh no.
Is he armed?
Yes, but, so are you.
Yeah, but does he look like he's relatively decent at soldiering?
How
He
much
looks
does
like he knows what he's doing, and his weapon is pretty well maintained.
Fantastic.
Oh, my.
the
I guess I'm
standard,
going with him.
the standard for Irek is now how much not like Taryn is this person.
Aiden is going to be so disappointed.
About what part
I'm gonna
am I
go
being
pee.
incredible?
I mean, the one Aiden's with definitely does not look like he's that competent to Irek's standards.
Yeah, Eric's like, I got lucky. This guy's awesome.
And then Irek's probably like, and Aiden picked the pretty one.
Of course he did.
What, like I'm going to be interacting with this guy outside of this. What does it matter if he sucks at conversation?
I do want to try and keep up the pretense that I'm not going home with anyone and kind of invite the guy back towards the end.
So you're
Because I
playing-
have a reputation to maintain.
So you're playing hard
You know,
to get?
You'd be like,
I'm
all
pretty
right,
sure
yeah,
your attempt
yeah,
at maintaining
you go
this
to the end.
Huh?
I'm pretty
He's like,
sure if you're
"Alright,
trying that,
sounds
I'm
good."
just going to go and redirect my guy that way as well for the sole purpose of not allowing you to maintain that pretense.
Damn it. We're playing cockblock chicken and I hate it.
The answer is
So is everyone getting invited back to the room Aiden probably picked up for him and Irek?
No.
the answer to this is very simple.
We do not share a room, ever. Just as a
I think
rule, because I know
Aiden
it.
tries to do that, and at this point, Irek knows not to allow him to handle reserving rooms.
I feel like it happened like twice, because the first time Irek was like, that was ridiculous, never again. And then the next night, there were like 3 people in the room, and he's like, I swear to God, and went and got his own room. And it's been that way ever since.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Alright. So Anya's gonna see that coming back.
Anya's going to just like slowly raise her eyebrows and then send Irek a very lascivious wink.
Irek's going to have to think really hard about whether or not he can actually have nice things in this life.
But does he have to think that hard, really?
I mean, he
How
already gave
drunk
away
has-
his sword.
Actually, Ricky, how drunk has Irek gotten?
Not. He hasn't had a drink yet. Well, okay, no, sorry. They were sharing wine. A
Yep.
bottle of wine went out there, and there were several guards, so he's probably like a drink in.
Mhm.
We lost,
Yeah.
we lost a good bottle of wine out there that day.
We did.
You're selling
Rip.
yourself short to a bottle of wine.
And like it,
Right.
like just to be clear, like it's definitely just like from Anya.
Hmm?
But like from Anya right now, it's definitely just a combination of teasing and just like, hey, well done, you.
Yeah, but Irek's like, I don't want everybody knowing my business.
But, you know,
Too bad.
Aaron's mostly passed out.
Like it wasn't immediately obvious, and then Aiden walked in not that far behind.
you know, guys, we really
Also with someone.
Yeah.
we really
Yeah.
we really are a very successful party. Most parties would get stuff derailed by sexcapades from the party members. We just integrated into our plans.
Yes, we did.
You're not wrong.
Nope, not at all.
Irik's going to weigh I can't have nice things against how many migraines have I had today and kind of like tap the guy on the shoulder and book it for the room.
Yep. He's good.
Like, I'm getting out of here before anybody else says anything.
Seems legit. You Team Mage and stealing.
Team actually getting shit done.
Hey, you guys would have gone caught without us.
Okay, no.
You're not wrong.
Victor
No.
would have gotten caught.
Yeah.
I rolled.
Victor
Mages.
wouldn't have taken you down with him.
So the mages are team getting shit done. Victor and Aiden... Not Victor. Eirik and Aiden are just team getting done.
Yeah.
And what does that make us? If what are we team then?
Team
Drunk.
babysitting.
Team sleepy time.
Yes.
Taryn's not babysitting anyone.
No, he's not.
Definitely not. But, yep,
He's
so...
babysitting his swords.
My strongest sword.
Yep, but, so... Kristoff and, Victor, so, you have some new materials. Dave, I'm just going to assume you passed your identify roll.
That's pretty likely if it's based on... I mean, actually, if it's based on Seek Earth, I probably ought to roll it. I only have that at 11.
You still get the +2 to it.
So 14, yeah, you can probably assume I passed that, especially if I just take an extra turn to cast it effectively.
Yeah, you take a couple of extra turns to cast, you get it. So, this is really good and pure cold iron. You could actually do something with this. Same with the silver, and this is actually real silver. That rock that Crystal was like, that's magic, I don't know. You're like, that's adamant.
What?
It's not a lot of it. Like,
But it's still adamant.
yeah.
Yeah.
And is this... And we found some... that silver was not enchantable.
Yeah, the silver was not... This silver is, so there's some real silver there, but there's a lot of fake silver.
Alright.
How about the adamant? Is that enchantable?
Oh yeah, it's real good for being enchanted.
And the cold iron, I assume, is not because it's difficult because it's cold iron. But
It is enchantable, but difficult.
yeah, that's what I expected.
You should absolutely steal more of that later.
Yes, we should.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Is it time to move on to the next day?
I
Yeah,
think,
probably.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
The following morning, the sun does rise.
Good morning,
Really?
everyone.
In a few hours.
Mm-hmm.
Where did y'all go last night? I thought we were going to sing more songs. We dance all night. Why did we dance
Are
all
you
night?
certain we weren't there?
I don't remember seeing... Were you there? I don't remember. Were you there? Pardon?
I wasn't expecting that to work that well.
Were you there? I don't remember. Were you there? Tell me. Tell me. Tell me. Were you there? Tell me.
You regretting that yet?
I don't remember. Were you there?
They were, Taryn. Eat your breakfast.
Oh, okay. Question. Where did you guys leave that lump of adamant?
Not near you.
You haven't seen it yet.
I'd imagine that's probably in either Kristoff or Victor's pocket.
That seems like the most likely thing. And it's probably Kristoff because he's more stealthy.
Yeah, I'd probably, especially after I know how valuable it is, I'd probably be like, I'm just gonna keep this
I'm not sure if
safe.
the rest of the party ggets to know about its existence yet.
I mean, Victor knows about it, so...
I mean, Victor has to know about it.
So yeah, Victor would... I'm assuming Victor's probably not that tight-lipped about it.
Probably not.
He's not telling Taryn about it. You're not telling Taryn about it. That's the important.
No, certainly not. And not talking about it in like public areas. Include it like the room at the inn, quietly. Probably. The tap room or the tavern? Hell no.
Yeah, there's going to be, after everyone is awake and bed guests have been shooed away.
Yep. Also, bed guests are now back on duty and or mining.
Let's go and sit down and talk and plan for the night for what we know.
How early did everybody else get up?
Taryn rises with the sun.
We are totally seeing your walk of shame.
I get up really early.
Aiden is getting up at like noon or 1.
Also, wouldn't it be the guard's walk of shame if you're already in your room?
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much.
It still leads to it would still lead to a wolf whistle when you come out though.
Just the tiredest glare.
And after the wolf whistle, you'd probably hear a, "Shut up, I'm trying to sleep."
Who's trying to sleep?
Kristoff. Because he stayed
On the
up.
table?
No, he just... Well, no, because he wouldn't... No, because I'd hear the wolf whistle from upstairs. And he's like... He's tired from heisting and drinking.
Aww.
I mean,
Kristoff.
Anya's not making any actual noise, but she smirks at what Victor does and then slides Iron a cup of coffee.
Taryn is probably doing something. I don't know what he's doing yet, but it's something. Trust me.
As long as he's not literally eating the table, we're fine.
He's just gnawing on the silverware.
No, if he's gnawing on the silverware is ending up in his stomach. It's not child-proof enough.
Hmm. Now, team, after you have freshly breakfasted, what does everyone talk about to each other?
Well, Aiden's not getting up until like noon.
So if the rest of us are all up, Anya votes we barge into Aiden's room, wake him up, and make him...
I mean, Taryn's not going to disagree. Yeah, we can get a start on the deck. It seems like a lovely town. We could maybe go to get a tour of the mine, see what they mine down there in the mine. I mean, why is it called a mine? Does it mean that it's mine, or does it mean that somebody else's?
Mine?
Yes, it is clearly yours, Taryn.
So if you make the number you're trying to pass, do you fail or pass? Pass by 0?
You pass by 0.
Pass by 0.
So I can have coffee today. I am prone to migraines.
And you're not allowed nice things.
I got to have one nice thing in my life, guys.
Coffee?
2.
A
2.
random one-night stand.
Yes.
I don't know, that would depend on what Nick rolls for that guy's performance.
I mean, Aiden keeps
The fact
offering.
that's listed under the, what is the one nice thing in life is a little sad.
It's very sad, but this is
You should see my disadvantages.
This is not exactly the most happy-go-lucky party.
Is it not?
I'm also not the most happy-go-lucky member of the party.
Yeah, Izzy, even you can't
That's
average
true.
us out that much.
I can try.
And you can certainly try.
I
Yeah.
will fail hard, but I can still try.
And that's all we expected out of you.
Mm-hmm.
That you will try.
You literally had no other expectations for me.
Nope. We know you too well.
Yep. But plans, discuss things. It's all you talking to each other now.
So they will have guards out there. It's gonna be minimum guards. Do we have any idea what type of spell or what they're doing or which things they probably take with them when they go into the mine?
What? Why are we going to the mine again?
We'll explain later.
Okay. You want some juice? I found this juice outside.
What's the juice?
That's so horrifying, I don't even want to know.
Nick, what's the juice I found outside?
Oh
Give me a
god.
luck roll, Izzy.
I'm assuming he picks.
I mostly want to see if he's accidentally picked up useful herbalism components for me to steal from him.
I'm going with
No, it's much more likely he's picked up, like, livestock piss.
or a spittoon.
14.
Yeah,
It is
no, he
spittoon.
definitely picked up a spittoon pail.
Has anybody played West of
Oh,
Loathing?
no.
No.
I've been meaning to, but haven't gotten around to it.
Oh god, please play West of Loathing, just for the spittoon jokes.
Oh my.
I thought it was a reference.
All right, continuing.
I'm sorry,
So-
you're just seeing Taryn chug from the spittoon. Get that image out of your
Yeah,
head.
so continuing from that,
Oh,
we have rough idea on what type of guards are employed in the patrols at night. We have knowledge of that they go in a group of 3.
I wonder why they go
We
in
know
a group
one of them is a mage, probably an earth mage.
Why would you think he's an earth mage? Do you think any of them are warriors?
Sure, the Lord's probably a warrior that you should fight in single combat when we run into them.
I will do so.
Don't even. Please don't suggest that to him.
He's going to forget.
No, he won't.
The concern is that he won't.
It's too late. It's sad.
The Lord is probably not a warrior, but he's someone that should be taken to. He's probably just a criminal or a bandit in disguise.
Well, that's troubling. It's a warrior's job to take down criminals and bandits.
Yep, exactly.
Don't worry, I won't let you down, Aiden. We'll defend the land. Return it to its rightful owners, whoever they are.
Yeah, I'm not touching that one with a 10-foot pole.
I'll kind of say quietly to the rest of the group, you know, at least in the worst case scenario, if we ever get in a really bad situation, we can just tell Terran that whoever's in front of him is a dragon.
Well, there's a dragon somewhere?
Did you actually
Yes.
overhear me?
he has better arm these days.
You never
He
said you
actually
were
has
whispering.
pretty good.
I did
perception and
specifically
observation.
say I was whispering to the rest of the group.
Let's perception that shit. Nope, I do not hear it unless I'm allowed to roll observation on that.
No, you are not. You're not actually like paying attention specifically right now.
Well, then I do not hear him say that there's a dragon nearby.
So, please continue.
Yes, please. Tell me more about this mystery dragon. In character this time.
So, I mean, I suppose
So-
taking out the guy in charge is the easiest way to screw up the mine's operations.
It's also the fastest way to screw up the...
Yeah, I suppose that's true too.
I'm just saying, if you get whoever's in charge, people tend to take too kindly to that unless they hated the man. Given all the trade he's brought in, I somehow don't think that would be too
Yeah,
amenable.
so we are either going to have to do this very stealthily or leave town very quickly after. But is anyone surprised by that statement?
Wait, why would we have to leave town? This is a nice town.
It is a nice town.
They like to sing
That's debatable.
songs.
Some of us are still needed in the construction of the bridge.
So this is where like that politics matters. This is not the different warlords are in control of those two different towns.
Meaning that
Figured
this
as
one
much.
is potentially also a rival threat to the one that we are kind of sort of working with. Also, it's not a nice town. Do you see how few trees are around here?
There's no trees around here. Oh, is that your point? That
Yes.
there's no trees?
I mean, what are
Very
the
good,
odds?
Taryn. You're learning.
What are the odds of getting our buddies to plan a raid against this town, and then we steal stuff in the we screw up the mine in the carnage?
Well, let's see.
Granted,
Considering the
deeply
fact that
unlikely.
our group there was needed us to defend it from anything that happened, and the fact of this town, because it is has a very beneficial mine, has enough to buy good armor and equipment for their guards.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I suppose that's true.
But we're warriors. You remember that, right? We're warriors.
Yeah, I doubt we can convince him to leave town or anything.
Probably not, because like I'm assuming he's making a very good deal on this.
I'm confused. Who we want to be in town again?
Everyone involved in making the metal.
I guess one of the biggest questions is, do we have any good way of stealthily following them into the mine to get a good idea of actually what they're doing down there?
Oh, I'm really stealthy.
I mean, we can
Yeah,
get.
but I'd prefer all of us on hand to watch them.
Oh, that's fair.
I mean, realistically, stealth-wise, that's not going to happen. I mean, I can get in easily enough. Maybe Terran probably can too, if his antics last night you described are any indication. But the problem is neither of us have the technical know-how for the actual magic that's going on, or that type of magic at least.
Yeah, you need me or Aiden for that.
Preferably you, because frankly, this is your specialty.
You're not wrong, but I also know that having a backup never hurts.
True.
Uh, hmm.
The bigger problem is that if we're gonna figure out what they're actually doing, I mean, I guess if they do all their sketchy stuff at night, I suppose we can go when aren't a lot of people there.
Yeah, I'm not super worried about that. We proved yesterday. Well, you can sneak up on them and try and watch what they're doing. I still feel like this is going to end with me going into the mine and collapsing behind me. But that depends how much magical bullshit they're pulling, how much of this is actually legit.
Right. The problem is we also don't know how skilled the other Earth mage is. You don't want to get into a fight down in the mine with someone who's more comfortable with this type of magic than you are.
That's a terrifying thought.
Exactly.
So wait, we gotta fight mages? They're not warriors?
There's probably a
Excuse
warrior
you?
with them.
Are you a warrior?
No.
Oh.
I like how it was kind of like you were considering it for a moment. Uh, do you have any idea on what they're doing in the mine? How they're doing this?
That's a good question. Nick, what should I roll for that?
Knowledge
For
for
magic?
magic. Probably your ritual magic skill for IQ or thaumatology. One of the two.
I have ritual magic, so
Mm-hmm.
it's my money-making skill. That's a... Jesus Christ, that's a pass by 9. What are they doing?
That
In
is
great
almost
detail.
All right, so it's tough to know exactly because you don't know who's going in and how good of a mage they are. Least threatening option: their earth mage is finding the metal in the mine.
Which is pretty easy.
Yeah, which is pretty easy. Frankly, easy enough you kind of doubt it's that because someone would have done so already.
Eh.
Wouldn't the silver also not be magical in that case?
Well, it's a question of whether that is silver that they're putting there or silver that someone else put there that they found.
Like the Fae.
Yep. So that is option 1. Option 2. So their earth mage is skilled enough to conjure material into a place. It begs the question of why they're doing that rather than just doing it to dirt. But,
If you can conjure nice shit, you can sell it.
yeah, you can just sort of conjure it wherever and sell it.
Simple as that.
Mm-hmm.
Heck, I could learn create Earth if I wanted to.
Yep.
That'll get you dirt though.
But Earth is everywhere.
Okay, that would you'd have to stack up a huge number of additional spells to actually create metal like this. But, doable. Option 3. That you'd probably be like, this is probably the most likely one, is tunneling into places and closing off the tunnel after a certain point.
I don't see how that would result in this. That's not difficult.
No, yeah, not difficult, but the type of thing where, like, they're going in with a small party late at night and doing something they don't want people to find out is going places in the mine using earth magic.
Oh, so whatever they're doing down there.
Yep.
That seems very likely.
Mm-hmm.
So
But-
maybe if we hid in the mine during the day, we could sleep during the day, hidden in the mine, and then during the night, when they all go in there and do the thing in the mine, we'd be there and we'd be fresh because we slept in the mine during the day.
But then we'd be
So,
there in the mine during working hours and much more likely to get caught.
leaving that aside, yeah, I suspect we are dealing with a combination of these, actually. I think they are tunneling into the mine, do whatever they're doing. At least part of what they're doing, well, either they're very carefully they're faking discovery of these veins of magic silver, or they're just planting. I'm not sure the difference is actually that important to us, other than how powerful the mage they have doing it is.
How about the adamantite? What do you think's up with that?
Ooh.
Repeat more?
What about the adamantium or adamantite? What does Victor think is up with that?
Can that even be synthesized?
It was
Basically,
determined to be legit.
That's my point.
so adamant can technically be synthesized. It's the type of thing where when you have enough mana and enough skill to do it, there's almost no point to doing it.
Yeah.
So then why do we think it's here?
It also forms naturally.
Yeah, I
Well,
was gonna
yeah,
say,
but
they may have actually found a vein.
which begs the
Or
question
maybe
of
could
how much do they
adamantium
have?
be used as a
Sean, can you
could
let her
adamantium
finish?
be used
Sean?
as a component in some ritual? Or a focus in a ritual?
So it begs the question of how much do they have and what exactly they're doing with it.
Yeah. If they found a natural vein, they could have any amount, and I'm sure there are rituals that can use it. And if nothing else, you can enchant it and turn it into, like, armor.
Armor, weapons.
I was very intentionally not mentioning that in this
Yeah,
party.
Yeah, I was waiting for somebody to say weapons.
I was confirming out of character the other things. Really strong fortifications.
You need a lot of it for that, though.
Or a very thin layer.
That still requires a fair amount. It requires less, yes, but
Yep.
to like layer over your walls with adamant, God.
Yep.
Must be really powerful metal if you can layer it with walls.
Mhm.
I know. Terran's speaking privileges are being revoked. Got it.
Correct.
Like-
I'm so glad you understand.
Oh, out of character, I totally do. In character, good luck.
You have a way to do it.
Yeah.
Offer him food.
No, Kristoff can cast
Hush.
Hush.
Oh shit, I forgot about that.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Kristoff just became everybody's favorite party member.
Hey.
I mean, honestly, he and Victor are probably currently tied for Anya's favorite. Irik's probably in the running for that as well.
I was gonna say.
Like, I'm pretty sure it's the question of which is your least favorite party member. Is it Terradin or is it Aiden? Like, this is the thing that is everyone else, I believe, is pretty high up there.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
You're not wrong.
We have Team Competent and then those two.
Yeah. Not sure how much else we can find out at this, or how much farther we're going to
Hey,
get.
have I
theorizing at
actually
this
been
point.
that incompetent?
No, you've been quite effective. But
Yeah,
also,
you were saying team competent and then those two, so...
I'm still not wrong.
Eh.
Let's go, Dave.
So
But yeah, so...
I'm really not sure if we're going to be able to get much more out of theorizing, and maybe we need to go like spy on some people at this point. I don't have better
Yeah,
ideas.
we need to either spy on people or just make a go for it.
Oh, I'm really good at spying on people because I'm a warrior.
Out of curiosity, could strategy be rolled to try and help with this?
Sure.
With all the information we have? And would the we spent forever talking give any bonus to this roll because I'm not really good at it?
Not particularly. Well, I'd give you a +1 stunt for coming up with or a +1 or +2 for coming up with a decent plan out of character rather than just rolling the skill.
Yeah, I failed at strategy. Like, I have this at slightly less than IQ.
So
I have nothing.
You don't get a particularly good plan made out and realize that you don't have a particularly good plan with no information.
Yeah, so I guess we just try to sneak into the cave.
So should those of us who are less sneaky kind of stay more in the mouth?
Well, here's the
backup?
Well,
here's the other question.
Some of us are needed, even though we're not sneaky.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd almost want to do more spying.
okay, like do another couple more nights of spying to try and give ourselves a benefit for sneaking in.
That, or we like figure out where the mage lives and try to get more information.
Now there's a good idea.
I like the way you
Ooh.
think.
Oh, yeah.
Don't you have to be careful
we
using
can
magic
capture and
to
interrogate
win?
people, yeah.
Well, if we start interrogating people, our hands probably gonna get tipped too early.
Fine. Yeah, let's spend a couple more nights trailing people.
All right, so I'm gonna quickly give you guys that one because we're probably gonna handle going into the mines and/or going after people next session.
Okay.
Okay.
Since
Yeah,
it's
we have spent. It's 11. We spent forever talking and doing that spy hijinks.
well, we also spent half an hour watching a YouTube video.
We did.
My fault.
Here's the thing: if we're gonna do a game or a session where I actually get to be a fucking phantom thief when that's my profile, my character picture, we got to do it right.
And you do it completely drunk.
Nah, I'll be sober for that part.
Yep. All right. So, the answer is for trailing the 3 important people. It's pretty easy. They're all living at they're at the Lord's manor, basically. You find out that the older man is the Lord's mage,
That complicates things.
and
Yep.
but manor is the wrong way to say it. It's really more like a small keep for where he lives, and there's buildings outside, which is where the mage lives in one of those buildings. Just
What about
him and
the
his
woman?
family. The younger woman came in from out of town, and she is a guest of the Lord.
Yeah, she's totally
Is there any
involved.
chance of recognizing what noble house she's from, since she seems more from our territory than this territory, right?
So here's a question: which of you are going to actively trail her and try and see what she is? Because she basically spends all of her time either there or in the mine.
Well,
I mean-
got a glancing look at her, and I might see about getting Kristoff to help me try and get a better look to see if can have any chance of me or Iric recognizing a noble family.
I would want to talk to some of the merchants coming in and out, just sort of ask them who's who in
And-
the city, see if they know anything.
And when did she get here?
Mm-hmm.
Important question.
I'd also like to figure out what they're using to get through the seals on that storage house.
Mm-hmm.
Being keyed into the wards.
Well, yes, but what method?
So here's a question: how much time do you all spend gathering information?
I mean, I'd say spend at least for me tailing them, probably a full day on each.
Okay.
So
It sounds like spending several days tailing people, talking to people, so on and so forth.
I'm reluctant to spend more than 2, but I'd be fine with 2.
Okay.
I mean,
Anya is impatient.
yeah, but
Taryn
especially
is-
if you don't want to get
Taryn is
buried
go-
alive, you got to do this right.
Taryn is going to spend 0 time gathering information because it won't help. He's going to spend his time talking to other people in the town. And I don't think I can work in this town, can I?
So here's the thing. For job roles, it depends on what your job is. You can find work as a common laborer. One of you could just sign up to be a miner.
I'll do that. And that'll give me an idea of a map. I can put together a map in my head in the place.
Yes, you can.
Shit, Taryn had a good idea.
Yeah.
All right, so Taryn's gonna come be a miner for a bit while everyone else is tailing, carousing, and talking to people. So, Aiden and Kristoff, do either of you have Savoy Fair, heraldry, or an area knowledge that would get you nobles?
Can I roll politics?
You may roll politics.
I'm gonna say, yeah, that's all you, Chris. That's all you, Aiden.
I don't suppose status or anything is going to give me a bonus to this.
No, this is your knowledge about how much you paid attention to this shit.
Fuck. Pass by 3.
Just Fucking. Oh, wait, actually, never mind. I'm fine.
This was never in worry of not being a success.
All right. Actually, here's a question. Who else is coming with you for looking? Anya, you said you were talking to people. Victor, what are you doing over the several days?
You also signing up to be a miner?
I think people would take one look at Victor and be like, "You're not a manual laborer."
To be fair, that should be what they say when they look at Taryn.
And then you lift a full cart above your head.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
Whereas Victor is
Trying
9
to establish
ST.
yourself as Taryn's manager.
Trying to establish.
Hell no!
He's not a masochist.
If Victor doesn't have an explicit plan, I might try to press gang him to like try and get a look at the outgoing caravans and figure out what proportion of the silver is real versus generated.
All right, that'll work. The only other, Victor's probably most interested in the mage anyway. So whatever day Kristoff is tailing him, or if he's like, honestly though, I almost feel like we're in heist mode at this point, and on this job, Victor is like the hardison.
Yeah.
He's the one like taking in all the information and figuring out what's going on.
So clearly, next session we need to change all of our icons to be the characters from Ocean's 11 that we are.
Clearly. All right.
If
So
by Ocean's 11 you mean leverage, then yes.
So do we go for a planning montage or a look, we all failed, now we do an explanation montage for how we succeeded?
Definitely the second.
that 100% the second. But
There's no question of this.
I picked things up and put them down.
Indeed. All right. So here's how I think we're going to wind up doing stuff to get the good exposition montage done. I'm going to give each of you a bunch of facts that you're just going to learn from the couple of days of observation and work, and then everyone's going to make a roll, and you each get to create a fact about things that you realize to help you out with the final mission, based off how successful on the roll you are. So, things that you explicitly learned, and can someone write this up in Discord so that no one forgets?
I am typing as we speak. Just don't go too fast.
All right,
Wait,
so
we're all leverage characters. Does that make me Spencer?
Yes.
Yes!
You are absolutely Elliot. Unfortunately, you're stuck guarding Nate.
This hurts my soul. Like the rest of my existence.
all right, so
Are you sure it's not Sophie?
Yes.
Taryn is
Which
the
of the
smoke
rest of
mon-
us would be Sophie?
the smoke monster.
yep. So the big things that all of you know are first, and probably easiest from Taryn. So Taryn, because they don't realize he's strong at first, got assigned to sifting duty, which mostly means he goes into that building. He goes like sifts out some stuff to get dirt on the ground and brings it to that building. Who would we lose? All right, Sean's back.
Sorry about that. I missed entirely what Taryn's note was.
So the big thing is, Taryn got assigned to sifting duty, where he gets to go into that building to deliver final things to it once he's done sifting through shit. Now, he's watched every time he goes into that building, And the people in there are like, all right, this goes in that pile, this goes in that pile, this goes in a pile that's near the secret door that you also find, that also through everything else you find out who goes in. A, the 3 people in question go in. B, the 2 children of the town mage, who are his apprentices, are allowed in. The guy whose job basically is mine manager can also go in there. Terran is warned that he is never to cross that line or terrible magic curses are going to befall him if he does.
I don't believe in curses.
Is Terran going to actually try and cross the line?
I mean, Terran's going to say that to the person who tells him that.
He's going to get, like, just a, you're an idiot and it's your funeral if you try crossing the line.
Oh god, disadvantages.
Oh no!
Son of a bitch.
Whoa.
Whoa, you crit past one of those.
Oh, damn. Oh, no.
You still failed one?
Okay, so I passed on the edge and overconfidence, which is good, but I failed curious and impulsive.
Oh no.
Why
Tar-
4 of them?
Taryn is going to go over to the line and just, like, poke a finger on the other side of it.
I'm
All
not
right,
touching
then.
you.
I
I'm not
was
touching
expecting-
you, line.
To be honest, I was expecting a stick.
Terran.
No, that's
of
too
the-
much credit.
Fair.
It's now Terran of the 9 fingers.
No. Alright.
And now the lay of Terran of the 9 Fingers and the Warrior of Doom.
Nick, just to clarify, the 3 people that are allowed in are the wizard, the girl, the owner, the 2 apprentices, and the mine manager, you said, correct?
Yes.
By children, is this like 10-year-olds,
No.
adults?
This is like teenagers.
Okay.
Oh, so they're my age.
Yep. Alright. So, Terran, you poked a finger over, you did, right?
Yep.
Roll HT.
That is a pass. I should ask, does fit or hard to kill apply?
No.
Okay, that is still a pass by 0.
That is still a pass by 0. Okay. So, that finger is now stone. Also, you're cursed.
I don't believe in curses.
Well, it doesn't matter. Terran is at -2 to all rolls until an important roll comes up. Then he crit fails it instead of it passing.
Oh
So,
shit!
yeah.
This has
finger
already happened to me twice in this game. That is not that big of a deal.
Curses believe in Terran.
Taryn is
Probably the more important thing is Terran's finger is now stone. Solid stone.
Huh.
Is that something that we would be able to fix?
Is it my middle finger?
What finger did you poke over the line? Also, Terran is triggered in an instant and is going to be getting shouted at for many hours.
Plenty
They're
of opportunity for the rest of us to poke around.
I guess it is my ring finger on my left hand.
Okay, it is now stone and in extended mode.
This sounds like, what's the disadvantage for having something really recognizable as a physical thing?
It's also
I
really
feel
hard
like
to
this
use
is
that
something we
hand
can
dexterously
fix.
now.
I was like, Terran really is
I
a
feel like this is something we can fix with time.
Yes.
Right, but until we do,
Terran really is
do
a
you have the ability to regenerate fingers on people?
hell no.
Do you have the ability to unpetrify things?
Probably not.
Damn, I now need to know if I care. I need to determine whether Aiden cares enough to spend the time learning the herbal recipe to fix this, and then spend the time actually brewing the potion.
So a question is, Izzy, does Taryn tell the rest of the party anything about that?
They'll probably see him when he comes back that day from the mine.
Yeah. Then we'll drag it out of him.
So Kristoff at the table is gonna like try extending just his ring finger, and just like, why the fuck would you have done it with that finger? It's really uncomfortable.
Like,
It was the finger I was picking my nose with.
God damn it.
Does that mean there's a bit of stone booger at the end?
Yes.
It's like a loogie. It looped.
can you chip that off? Like, I know we can't do anything about the finger, but can we make it look slightly more respectable?
Sure. Taryn will take his two-handed buster sword
Nope,
and
Anya's stopping him.
try to. You just stopping me, okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
Can we gild it?
What was the and what was the curse effect you said?
You are at -2 to all rolls. When you would pass a roll that matters, you instead
Okay,
crit fail.
probably when we get into combat, or when you have to stealth.
Next time he tries to quick draw. Oh god damn it, it will be the stealth roll.
Mm-hmm.
It will definitely be the stealth roll. Shit. Oh no.
Actually, depend. Does this happen on the first day, Nick? Because you said that they had me on sifting until they realized how strong I was.
Well, actually, sorry, no. They had you on sifting until you did that. That is the end of Taryn being allowed near the mine.
Oh, but they're not just gonna leave me in there to mine.
No, one of the apprentices to come down, berate you for being a moron, and tell you to get out. You're obviously too dangerous to be allowed near anything.
I'm not a moron. I'm a warrior.
He's going to glare at you, and it's going to do nothing because you're Taryn.
Exactly. They can try to intimidate me all they want. I might have shit will, but I've got a lot of fearlessness.
Yep. Yeah, no, that is the end of Taryn working at the mine. Moving on to information other people get. So yeah, there is the middle-aged mage. Has 2 children. They are his apprentices. They actually spend a good amount of their time going into that building and working in the back room. Then there is the interesting one that you get. So, the politics roll was pretty good. And plus, Anya talking to people and figuring it, talking around. And Aiden realizes, like, oh no, you have actually heard about who this person is. Kaylin Maloney.
Can you spell that? And are these things? And have people been typing their stuff into notes, world building, or where?
I'm typing it into my personal notes. I will copy it over and world building in a bit.
Okay, I will let you make the notes for me.
Okay. I need spelling on this.
Kaylynn Moloney.
Can you just copy it into Roll20, please?
Oh, sure. Child of like a pretty minor noble family, went off to magic college. Actually, eventually joined the Earth Movers Union.
Oh.
Got pretty high up in there, then left, having stolen a large number of important books, and has kind of been a menace to mid-tier society, going around and stealing from various noble houses since then.
And let me be clear. She stole these books from the
From the Union.
Oh,
Yeah, now Victor really cares.
I have disadvantages too.
How many people's party members' disadvantages are coming up? Okay,
I mean, we're already
that
stealing
gives me
shit,
options.
so-
She stole books from.
Yep. Aiden, you've never met this person.
You
Got
know, that only works out for my benefit.
Yeah, it's something where you're like, oh, that family. They're too far beneath me to have ever invited them to anything or see them at any event.
Of course, but yeah, of course they are. But I have now so many plans in my head of if I decide I want to try to approach this person before we do the sneaky thing.
Oh no.
Mm-hmm.
Because there are plenty of things that are in character for Aiden to do that are actually helpful for the party.
Keep it in your pants.
Look, I deserve to be paid for my services.
Mm-hmm.
Aiden is going to whore himself out.
Excuse you, this is high society. The term is courtesan.
I didn't know you were pursuing a new career path.
In all honesty, if I actually had to roll, it would be the thing of like, in all honesty, my leadership and my spell work is my higher skills, but it would be too in character to roll against sex appeal or erotic art just because of the fact of like, well, look, if you guys are going to make it cut me off for my allowance, I now need to get back at you.
Mm-hmm. But
Also, I realized. Also, Nick, you know how I was saying that I didn't have can I roll politics because I don't have savoir-faire? I re-looked at my skill list. I actually have savoir-faire at a higher level than politics.
ha,
Oops.
it wouldn't have gotten you as much information.
Yeah.
But yeah. Yeah. That is how that goes.
Okay. Anything else we get about the mine?
So from Anya's investigation, so Caitlin, she showed up like a week or two before they happened upon the new silver vein.
Yep, that timing's not suspicious at all.
Oh,
About 2 weeks, you said?
Yep.
Okay.
And for the other question of how much of the silver is going out is legit or not, it's mostly not legit. Like, it's still valuable for art and coinage, but a lot of the merchants don't know that. Like, they basically think this is a new lucrative find that they can take back and sell at a premium. Because it's really good silver.
Oh, shit.
It's an entire scheme.
Yeah, Anya. God damn it. Yeah, no, she has to say something for this one. She's going to tell them, like, quietly that while the silver is good for most things, this particular one is not good for enchanting. So just keep that in mind.
They're saying, like, that's not what we were told. That's not what the price we've been paying for this is.
And if you keep that on the down low for just a little while, we can get that sorted out. We've been looking into this.
Anya's reputation is going to get them to keep that on the down low, but you can feel the fumes rising already among the merchants.
Yeah, I was afraid of that. She is specifically only asking them for, like, a couple of days.
Also, actually, what areas are the merchants that are buying this going out to?
They're all over
For,
the place nearby.
Although, actually,
Okay,
if the
but,
merchants
like,
will
is there
pick up...
any primary... Is there... Sorry, you go first.
Although, actually, if the merchants do end up kicking up a massive fuss and they lose all the business, that will definitely put a dent in things.
yeah, but not necessarily in the right.
Exactly. It's more that, like, something is going to topple here at least a little bit no matter what now.
Yes.
Yeah, but like, are they selling mostly back home? Are they selling mostly to military forces, Mage Academy?
I mean, most of them are bringing it back to the nearby cities just inside civilization and offloading it to people who know what they're doing. Which also means you have a fun thing to deal with when you get back home.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the... Okay, yep, that was the part that I was trying to figure out how it lined up.
The answer is Anya can easily get who the buyers have been.
And she'll probably go through with doing that. Just because, like, bad goods, in general, is something she kind of takes personal offense to.
Yep.
Out of curiosity, do I recognize any of the buyers?
Well, that's a fail disadvantage. I actually will have to sit down with you and go over the buyers to figure out if there are any of the people that are either related to the Order of the Rose or my territory. And yes, I said that after saying, well, I just failed a disadvantage.
Aiden actually cares about a thing. It's amazing.
Yeah. So the primary one is what it often comes down to is they're selling directly to like artisans and smiths. There isn't really a local mage academy, but there are definitely people who ship things back down to the magic academies. And like, not many local enchanters, they're not going to know that this is bad until the works that have been ordered are done. And the enchantments don't go through.
Yeah.
Which the Order does receive a bunch of work from the enchanters.
So this is going to cause some financial distress and problems back home. It isn't like the grand scheme thing of like a mage academy or a military organization suddenly finds that their entire new shipment of weapons falls apart right before a battle.
It's not like that. It's more they're worthless. Like a silver sword made out of actual silver doesn't hold an edge and bends. A silver sword enchanted to be as strong as steel, on the other hand, oh boy, is that effective.
Yeah, and also it's the thing of people with money are going to want those ones because they want it to be fancier and shinier.
Yep.
So,
And
as
better to
part
fight
of this,
dragons.
Anya is going to want to, like, hire a fast messenger to head back to town and start, like, talking to the basically deliver a message to someone who can start tracking, you know, the spread of this, so that word gets out. So how much would that cost?
Here's the problem, you're out in the Badlands.
Yeah, I know, but, like, there's caravans.
Oh, there are caravans, and, like, you can send it back. Like, you can get a runaround on the first caravan back for, like, $20.
Cool, done.
If you were trying to get someone to ride straight back right now outside of caravan schedule.
Out of curiosity, how fast does an animated plant run?
Not terribly fast compared to a horse.
But would it need to stop?
Yes, because you have to maintain that spell.
Do I have to maintain that spell?
You have to maintain.
I thought it just got animated. For some
No,
reason.
that has a maintenance cost.
Fuck, okay. I need to get better at that spell then, because, like, I am not going to be able to, like, maintain that spell for long. So I accidentally, when searching for the spell in the book, typed animate plant instead of animated plant.
The answer
Yes.
is animated plants move slower than the average human, but no, they do not get tired.
Plant Senpai.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's a duration of only 1 minute, so yeah, that's not going to... Well.
Yep. That is a good idea. Like, animated plant horses or something would be a really effective way to get messages around. It's just expensive.
Can plants talk basic?
But
You can give them a letter to hold.
I mean, I guess this will be okay. Like, I can now, wield my sword with my left hand better. See?
That sounds like a danger to all of us.
Let me roll my.
Yes.
Let me roll weapon. So, fail by 7.
Is that with the -2?
this isn't. Well, yeah, it's the -2 anyway. Would still apply. So
Fail by 9. Crit fail.
So, what do you chop off?
what were you trying to do, Izzy?
I was trying to quick draw my stronger sword
Bye.
with the hand that has the stone finger on it.
I'm pretty sure Terran just got most of his other fingers halfway to being chopped off.
Oh no.
He can still move them, but boy, did that bite deep.
Right, don't suppose either of you two would want to fix that. Looking at Victor and Aiden.
It's fine. I'm a
Fine.
warrior. Aaron's gonna hide his hand under his armpit.
Major healing.
Just that.
Oh, you're talking about the fingers, not the cut that he did, not the fact that one of them's still stone.
Correct.
Well, yeah, we already know you can't do anything about that.
But
So, is there other information to cover, Nick?
I'm assuming that this stone finger does not count as a disease.
no, it does not. And so, other information. So that is the general information that's there. Now let's go on to everybody. Give me a skill roll of your choice for how you're helping plan this heist and making it work.
All right. By the way, can you just read through those notes real quick, Nick, and make sure I did not get anything incorrect?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Nick, do you want how he thinks he's helping, or do you want how he's actually helping?
I want both.
Should I roll twice?
No, just roll once.
Okay.
So, how does Iric think he's helping?
I think he thinks he's helping by soldiering,
Okay.
but it's a pass by 2 for accidental sex appeal.
Alright, so what fact about how the heist will go does Iric want to establish, or does Ricky want to establish for Iric's accidental sex appeal?
What do we still need to find out about these mines?
How you're actually getting your party into them.
That's
See-
the biggest thing we need.
Here's the thing. I've already seduced one of the guards.
Well, look, here's
And-
the, Ricky, this roll is you make something up about the scene that is going to be the heist.
Oh, so I feel like I do a lot of the groundwork for mapping it, because I'm like, hey, how you doing?
And
And
accidentally get them to give you guard rotations and floor plans.
yeah, and get them to bring me in on the team, and then I use that time to get a feeling for what's going on, because I'm very good at soldiering, and I could teach them a lot about how to protect the mine. I could just also teach them a lot about where to not put men so that we can get into the mine.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm
Alright.
probably good enough to hide that.
Yep. Izzy, can you also write this into notes?
I'm working on it.
So we've probably got a decent layout of the grounds.
Yep.
And I would like to institute the fact that there is a very noticeable hole in the guard rotation at a certain time during one of the guard changes.
Sounds good. Who's
Is that,
next?
is that because you're entertaining the guard?
I mean,
No,
I don't
it's
know.
because
Do we?
we've entertained
I think
the
it's
guard
more
in the
you
past.
realize there's a hole because they know there's a hole where you can slip away and do something.
Got it.
Yeah, I was thinking that I helped them figure out some problems with their guard routine, but while I was fixing that, I introduced as part of the solution a blind spot.
Nice.
Also, works.
And yeah, so then I could still help with the heist.
Yes.
And what I did with the last 3 nights are none of your business.
So
Except
Well,
it is
a lot of
totally
fun,
our business.
that's like-
Mhm.
I just want to confirm one thing. So basically, there's another like rune guarded door into the mine, like the secret part of the mine proper.
You want to establish that, Dan?
No, I'm trying to understand the layout.
Okay, so The mine is in it. The mines are all in a big hilly area. Like they have guys posted on top of the hills. There's some buildings around it with equipment and such. The rune guarded doors were in the warehouse type things that they're storing the ore in.
Okay.
All right, someone else make a roll and establish facts.
I have a question for what we're doing. Are we going to try and do this when the three of them would actually be in the cave? Because that's when the miners aren't around, and we need to know what sketchy shit they're doing.
I think the question of, are you going in when they are in the cave or when they aren't? Either way, you're trying to get everyone into the caves.
It's just the thing of, are we dealing with the three of them there, and whatever sketchy thing we're doing, or are we dealing with the fact has all the miners there?
So
And whatever work staff.
presumably they are not there all night.
No,
And,
they're not.
I don't know about you, but I don't want to deal with an Earth Mage who is probably better at it than I am in the
Okay.
mine.
Because I was wondering, would it be possible to do like fast talk or persuade to try and convince the noble, minor noble thief that I am a corrupt noble who wants in on her con?
Oh shit.
Oh,
Yes.
shit.
Yes, you absolutely can.
I definitely labeled you correctly as Sophie. That is such a Sophie thing to do.
So that is a pass by 8 if it's fast talk or persuade, assuming charisma applies, and pass by slightly more if this counts as intimidate.
This counts as intimidate. I will get you the reasons for that after game.
Then that's a
okay.
pass by 9.
Yeah, no, there's going to be a good one for that. So, is your goal? What is the goal that you would like to establish surrounding this for what she does?
I'd like to get more information on their operation and potentially brought in on some of the stuff being done with the operation, like being brought with for the ritual or keyed into some of their seals. Like, I am trying to basically get myself to be one of the 3 people that is allowed everywhere, though I'm guessing I'm probably not going to be that far in the couple of days we have to work.
So I'm pretty sure we're going to have, like I said, we're going to have a conversation about what actually happens there, but I'm pretty sure she's going to give you the password to actually get through the important things in the mine itself.
Okay.
Nice.
Dang.
Good job thinking with your dick.
That's thinking with your dipstick.
What was it that I said in... What did I say in... Or, no, I didn't say... I put this in tactics of this is what I clearly need to do for the good of the party.
Yep.
Yep.
All right, that's a good roll. Who's next?
I've got a question. So, can I have, with the tailing people for the last 3 days, can I have figured out what they're using to get through the wards in the warehouse?
Besides
Yes.
the password that Aiden just got.
Well, that was for the mine itself.
So, for the warehouse, there's an amulet they're wearing.
Okay, I'm gonna make a roll.
Sleight of hand.
Pass by 2 on pickpocket. I'm gonna have stolen one of those amulets.
Sounds good. I'm gonna go say you stole an amulet from one of the apprentices when they were getting drunk.
Sweet. That's why you don't drink and drive, kids.
Yup.
Some asshole will take your magical amulet.
Alright,
Alrighty.
I still am down a magic wand.
True. Who's next?
That's gonna be fun next session.
So I'm gonna we don't really need further distractions.
I mean, Taryn hasn't gone yet.
Oh yeah. Why don't you go?
Oh no, I was gonna say if you were planning on doing some kind of distraction, I might have that covered. But I don't actually know what I'm gonna be doing yet. Go for it.
That's the problem. I don't either.
Who hasn't gone yet? Anya hasn't gone.
Yeah, it's you, me, and Lore.
Lore? Anything?
I honestly have no ideas.
Alright, let me look
But
for
it's
my...
also hard. But it's also hard to think through a splitting headache. So
I'm
Ouch,
sorry.
sorry.
If you want to come up with something over the next 2 weeks instead, we can come back to you then.
that might be the better choice. You'll probably have to keep prodding me to remember, though.
Okay.
Alright.
Um,
I can...
Uh,
I think we may want our own entrance via tunnel to some of this area. And I can... So Shape Earth, if you can make it stable, will stick around.
Yep.
So I think I'll do that. Like there's there's a long tunnel heading into Dan, you think the warehouse or part of the mines?
I think stuff that's going to help in the mines is probably more important.
All right. Then I'll have it come out of the mines. It won't be quite complete until we actually go in. But this is a purple. Pass by 3.
Yep, you're good.
Yeah, it'll probably start in the woods somewhere.
Alrighty, and lastly, what does Taryn do to help with this plan?
well, somebody
Help.
left. Taryn is going to do the only thing Taryn knows how to do. Taryn is going to once again have a fun party with his mining buddies. The same way he did the first
Sorry,
night.
I got disconnected.
With much singing and dancing and juggling. And as this is all happening, Taryn is going to be asking everybody about the workers' wages and realize, if they're making so much, on the silver and everything, why aren't they paying you enough? And,
no.
he's just going to lead to the source of the question, which is going to lead the miners in some kind of weird, strange revolt where they are, picketing the mine.
Going on strike. I love it. I love it.
Yes,
Well-
try causing the proletariat revolution in territories where I live.
I mean, Taryn was really just like juggling and, talking to people and being friendly. And, they just, took his words to, heart as, he sang sweet songs and, juggled, swords and mugs and passed around ale.
Sounds
So they're all planning on, picketing the day where we're planning on doing this job, which also happens to be the mine owner's birthday. Wherever he was supposed to hit like a big score as his main present. Because why not? I will roll juggling if that is appropriate.
Roll it, it's appropriate.
That is a 15 because of the curse.
Yep.
I crit failed.
So is the curse done with now, or is that just?
This wasn't a meaningful roll.
Mm-hmm.
He also needed to succeed at it and then fail.
Yeah. It's when he passes a meaningful roll, he instead fails.
Okay.
Yeah, Taryn is
Fails
just
because of the 6s. Huh?
continuously making himself injured. With juggling.
What did I do?
You dropped your short sword on your foot.
No, you're catching them by the blade.
Yeah.
If I catch them by the blade, what happens to my stone finger?
It's getting chipped.
It's getting chipped. half of it probably got cut. There's like a long cut in it from the short sword, and the rest of it's just getting really chipped.
Just gonna be like, this is what the mine owners are doing to us. They're making us work ourselves till we turn to stone.
And no, here's the thing. You guys are establishing facts. There's definitely a bunch of people causing problems, but they're Terran's friends, not all of the miners.
What percentage of the miners would you say Terran has as friends?
There's a bunch of problems. A bunch of the guards are getting roughed up, but they're also on edge because they just had to go put down a bunch of teenagers getting uppity. By put down, I mean just knock the heads around of, because that. And I think that is pretty good for session. Final thing, I'm still curious about it, is what did everyone character learn or grow, or what did you as a player decide and figure out? This time we are starting with Terran.
Terran learned absolutely nothing.
You say that every session.
And it's true every single session.
Fair.
Can we change the question for Terran? How did your character grow?
Yeah, how did your character grow? Also, what did Izzy learn?
What did Izzy learn? This deal might not have been as bad as I thought it was probably going to be. That's me out of character.
It's the deal that in character you still don't think you made.
The deal in character I am like 116% confident I did not make. Because I'm a warrior. Warriors don't take deals.
Mm-hmm.
No, Taryn has fun making new friends. Taryn did not learn he shouldn't poke things that are claimed to be cursed, because curses don't exist. He did not learn that.
Yep, curses don't exist at all.
They don't.
Alright. Next up, Laura, feeling up for it?
I could do it. Anya's getting a better handle on how she can not manipulate the party, but manipulate the party.
Mm-hmm. Anything for you, or you good?
I think I'm good.
Okay. Sounds good. Kristoff.
Oh boy. Well, Kristoff is very glad that he's finally in his element.
Ocean's 11 music.
Yes, absolutely, all of the Ocean's 11 music.
I tried to remember what that sounds like, and I started humming James Bond. I failed you all.
It's okay.
I mean, you're not that far off, so. Oh, good lord. Yeah, Kristoff learned that the party is not up to his standards when it comes to stealth. But at least Victor managed to be useful because he can make tunnels for me, so that's nice. And good lord, he's got to get back in that warehouse because there is so much shit to steal.
It's all very heavy. Has Dan learned anything?
Some of it. What has Dan learned? I'm trying to think. I don't think I learned too much this session, apart from like more details on.
You learned Taryn is the jock from Magic College.
Oh yeah, there we go. Kristoff also learned that.
Sounds good.
Kristoff also definitely needs some therapy, and he's not going to get it.
No.
If you want, you could talk to Taryn about it.
I mean, honestly, if the party starts getting bad enough, Anya might just be like, fuck it, I'm paying for this for you, go be functional.
Mm-hmm. Legit. Victor.
Victor learned that breaking law can be fun.
Oh no!
Oh no.
Especially when it involves fucking over somebody who fucked over the Earth Movers.
Mm-hmm.
Which
Oh,
he's
no.
totally not down with.
Yep.
Breaking the law is fun. Fine things for a necromancer to learn.
Are we creating a revolutionary?
I mean, so Dave, on the other hand, learned that his disadvantages might actually come up in game at some point ever.
Woo!
Some of them are harder than others, Dave.
I know.
I mean, I'll be honest, only one category of my disadvantages has come up consistently.
I wasn't
Self-control.
expecting Izzy to be the reason why enemy comes up.
For you or for Dave?
So my enemy's disadvantage has not shown up.
But you do have one. Interesting.
I do have one.
I say,
One of mine has shown up at this point.
Mine also has not shown up yet.
My sense of duty showed up.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. What of my disadvantages have come up? Let's see. Yes. No. Thankfully, yes. Yes. Only in minor ways. Yes. 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 Only in minor ways. Only in minor ways. Yes. Nope. No. 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 Yes. Yes. Yes.
I will say my sense of duty to the party is preventing me from just taking all the adamantine and walking away.
Hey, can I tell you guys which one of my disadvantages shows up the most often?
Cannot learn.
It's an odious personal habit.
I'm a warrior.
I'm a warrior.
Mm-hmm.
Of course you are.
Gives me that glorious mind. It's the only thing in this bracket that does not have a self-control roll attached to it.
Most of mine don't have a self-control roll.
The bracket is entitled Leroy Jenkins.
Most disadvantages default to a self-control roll of 12 if they are behavioral. If they are just things like you take a double pain penalties, then they just always happen.
Oh, okay. So the majority of mine are a 12 because I've got like code of honor, duty, workaholic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, unless you bought them to a higher level, they are at a 12.
I feel like I may need to buy up my modesty minor vow.
You might need to.
After the events of this session, if you want it to be meaningful, you may need to buy it up.
Mm-hmm.
Do we want... Also, who's next on what did you learn?
Let's see. Eirik is the last one.
I haven't gone yet.
Oh wait, that's right. You were just talking. So next up, you've cursed yourself. It is you, Aiden.
Let's see. There still doesn't appear to be consequences for my actions. We're getting closer. I'm starting to consider that Taryn might be consequence for not taking a court case seriously and just choosing a rolling I found hilarious. Which was the pre-game write-up, how do you know each other?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
let's see. My plan to seduce the guards worked immensely.
Yep.
I don't like this area. Why aren't there more trees? Why can't I use half of my spells well?
And to think, you're going underground into a mine next.
I know. This town is horrible. That's it.
Alright. Eirik?
So what Eirik learned today is that he can in fact have two good things. Two.
Coffee and one-night stands.
Yes. And what Ricky learned today is that Eirik's vow of modesty is probably more than a 5-point disadvantage. We should probably talk about that, Nick.
Yep.
Because his thing is that he lives at the level that his men live at all the time. So his weapons are interchangeable with his men's weapons. The only reason he has an enchanted weapon is because his
Boss
duty
said
to
so.
Aiden is a very severe disadvantage.
Yes.
See, you can look if you want more nice things. You just need to put it in a situation where he gives them to you.
Eirik sits there staring longingly at some item, giving it puppy dog eyes, and Aiden eventually notices.
And then Taryn walks
Boss.
over and says, "That's a really nice sword," and you just hand it over to me.
Except I refuse to let it be handed over to you.
Yep. I think that we should definitely discuss that at some point, Ricky. I think right now it is still appropriate. It may not be appropriate soon to remain at -5.
That was a lot of money.
What?
That was a lot of money, though.
Which one? What was a lot of money?
Giving up my sword.
Your sword was quite nice. Yes, giving your sword to Taryn was a lot of money.
Okay.
It is not as much money as the smallest enchanted items are.
Technically, see it as how I gave up a minorly enchanted item to Taryn as well.
What did you give to me?
I had to give up my wand in order to get us out of that forest.
Yeah.
That's fair. I'm just saying that I'm not sure behaviorally what it counts as anymore. But what I learned is more that he takes it very seriously, and less that we probably need to rediscuss it. Because
Yes.
I was kind of surprised by that too, and I was like, oh, I guess that makes sense for him.
Mm-hmm.
I was actually shocked you gave me a sword as well. I was expecting somebody to have taken my weapons away from me by now.
There are a couple of my disadvantages because they've come up less or I haven't been playing them up high enough, make me want to lower them and potentially raise one of the other ones instead.
Yep.
But I can talk more with you. That's kind of just rebalancing points across disadvantages.
Yep. And that's fine.
I think I've been playing all of my disadvantages appropriately.
Yeah, you bought a bunch of them. They've caused you so many problems.
It's been pretty great.
There's one that hasn't shown up yet, but because of where we're going next session, I'm really concerned about it.
Are you claustrophobic?
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Oh no, are you claustrophobic?
You'll find out.
Oh no.
Wouldn't that
Oh
have-
goodness.
No, if Taryn was claustrophobic, it would have triggered during the mine while he was working in the mine.
I wasn't in the mine. I was in the
Wasn't
sifting.
mine.
But we went into an underground passage already once.
That's
Yeah.
true. You have been into an underground passage already.
I thought
Yeah.
that was an opened area of ruins.
No, it was an underground.
No, it was underground.
Wait, oh, yeah, actually, was that before Izzy was late to session?
I was late to
Yes.
session that time.
Was late.
But we
Yeah.
fought a guy in there. We fought the ghost.
Yes, I was late to session, but I was there.
Okay, no, yep. Taryn definitely did go into an underground passage at that point.
Yes, I am not claustrophobic.
That's something, at least.
Yep.
Yep, Nick.
At least we have that.
Nick, it's disadvantage in cell number 20.
Oh, I know exactly which disadvantage it is, Izzy.
Yeah, I know you do. You plotter.
But-
It's literally my most expensive disadvantage.
It is.
Oh, I look forward to this.
No, you don't.
Wait a minute. If you have a disadvantage in cell number 20, how
Yes.
many advantages do you have?
He's using a different sheet, Ricky.
Okay, because
Okay.
that's my advantages section, and I was like, "Are you
Yeah.
only disadvantages? Where did your points go?"
Yeah, that's like
Why
right
does
in the middle.
everybody? Why does everybody keep asking me that question?
Because
You
we
know
don't
why.
we know how many points you got from stuff.
So
We
you-
don't know where they went.
we have
To
see
figure
how
out.
many
Okay. In defense, you guys have had chances to figure this out, and none of you have picked up on the hints. That's
In all honesty, most of you, seen as how I think a lot of my personality disadvantages haven't been gotten until relatively recently.
Mm-hmm.
Also,
Like one of them, the very obvious one, has been known of since the beginning. But like,
Mhm.
Izzy, Sean and Dan are probably the two who actually know the system well enough to get the hints.
I will say, because I know exactly which thing it is, it's not a system thing in this case.
It's not a system thing.
Did you just
Well-
throw everything into attributes?
Do you know what my int and will are at?
Obviously not those.
like
But
considering
you
how
have
many disadvantage
SC.
points and how low he bought his engine, well, I have no fucking clue what Terran has
Yeah.
points into.
The other problem with that is
Survival.
If his dex was like out the
ST.
wazoo, he wouldn't be so bad at drawing all of his swords.
I purposely left my dex low, so I would be bad at drawing all my swords.
Exactly.
Like, unless
Yeah.
he has some sort of like insanely powerful patron.
That is clearly not true. You actually did get a big hint about some stuff this session, now that someone knows what his short sword is.
That is true.
That is magic.
An enchanted knife from Lord Alexander.
Hmm.
Are you a bastard?
Didn't we already talk about the theory that he was some noble's bastard kid that he moved out of the way, but is sort of taken care of, which
Yeah.
is in the
Okay.
giving him a stipend?
Taran
I
has
agree.
already said he has never met his parents.
That doesn't mean anything.
That's what Taran knows. Taran knows he has never met his parents.
All right, that doesn't mean anything.
But
Yeah, it really doesn't.
Mm-hmm. Don't worry. I'm certain at least some of this will make sense to everyone next session.
I have my theories.
Yeah.
The amount of I'm looking forward to next session because I'm imagining a lot of shit is going to happen because like we're dealing with some criminal scheme, so maybe Dan's plot will trigger, and we're dealing with Dave's plot with his organization, and we're going to get something from Taryn clearly.
Pain.
I get the feeling you guys just are gonna miss it again.
Migraines, mainly
Yeah.
migraines.
Well, then
There's a good
odd
odd of that. Odds of that.
Nick, how many points do we get?
Everyone's getting a character point.
One single.
Just the one.
You mean we can't have like 10 points to throw in to the skills we're going to need for our heist?
Nope, you get more points at the end of an arc. And it's going to be tabulated up throughout the arc.
Oh crap. The question is, do I buy up the thing I should buy up now, or do I save the points for the thing I want?
The most
I mean, you can spend them whenever, so.
I know.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a minute.
What, Ricky?
I think I could buy up sex appeal. Accidental.
Only the best decisions.
So, Ricky,
Yeah?
do you want to know what the like one skill Aiden has spent his training downtime on?
Is it sex appeal?
Yeah.
Last time I spent some time on accidental sex appeal training.
Mhm.
I don't remember how I justified that.
Working out shirtless.
Yep. Nick, I think this is what I want to train up.
Actually, realizing it, no. one of the training periods I spent on sex appeal, and another one I spent on erotic art because it seemed amusing to alternate between the two.
That's a good decision.
I didn't know that was a skill that you could have.
Like, I don't expect I'm ever going to actually ever roll it because it's not like it matters in any way.
It's a social influence skill that you could use. There are
but in order to
circumstances where you're allowed to use it, but
like, in all honesty, I feel like I'm not going to roll it until after I've rolled like 3 or 4 other skill checks. At which point, it's not needed, but...
But use
also,
it for
you could
flavor.
definitely buy up accidental sex appeal given where you are right now.
But at that point,
I know. I really want to. But there's probably something more useful I could put those points into.
Lies.
Lies.
Dirty lies.
All right, I have put my points. I have put 5 points into a thing.
Oh no.
Yep, he bought something useful.
It is shockingly useful. It is now also max.
Yep.
I have 1, 2, 3, 4 more spells I want to learn at the moment. And then I think I'm just mostly going to spend time improving stuff I have. And annoyingly, with like those spells, one of them is like a hard level spell. Because for some reason I've been trying to make Plant a combat usable school.
Yeah, we all make decisions, Sean.
I don't know why when I'm going to have fire magic and plant magic. I went, the one that needs to be, I need to eventually get up to using the combat spells in? Plant.
Yeah.
That's the one I need to get high enough that I can use in combat spells. Which takes like 20 plant spells to learn one usable in combat time.
Well, yeah, anyone can use fire. I mean, that's...
Taran
Yeah.
has used fire in combat before.
Well, yeah, that's why why I went down far enough to learn deflect energy for the sole purpose of clowning on anyone using fire in combat other than me. I'm just like, yeah, no, you're not special.
Mm-hmm. I would say, for one thing, grabbing a rank of stealth is not a bad idea for many people.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Yeah.
Do I have to put more than 1 point into stealth?
Sounds fake.
So, I haven't put that 1 point into stealth yet, but also, like, the 1 point into stealth, I kind of just made it so I don't necessarily need it.
Only when there's plants around, though.
Like, no. I mean, I went to hey, I'm going to try and get openly involved in this.
That, yes.
Well, depending on what information you then give me, that might then change, but...
Mm-hmm.
So I guess I might wait until I get back before I decide what the hell am I doing.
Legit. An important thing to note for stealth. It's always opposed and the other person takes distance penalties, so failing stealth is not necessarily as bad.
Good to know.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we know I'm gonna crit fail mine initially.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Yep. But, yeah.
Tell me which of these 2 cells, Nick, I used to buy up a skill.
It's the R. level one.
Yep.
I bought down accidental sex appeal.
What's the standard difficulty? Because easy is at level, and then average and hard are both at.
No, you spent only 1 point, so you bought it down, Ricky. This is in fact correct.
Why would I have ever done that?
Invest 1 point in it and raise it a rank.
Very tempting.
Put 3 points into it, raise it 2 ranks.
Yeah, but then I don't get to be stealthy,
Right.
but I'll be hot.
Stealth.
You have enough unspent points, you could be stealthy and slightly hotter.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
the one person who has been throwing in like 1 point at a time into skills like after every one of these sessions, rather than actually saving anything up, aren't I?
I have brought up 2 things.
Mm-hmm.
I bought a spell.
I just realized for the question in the mechanics, doesn't Anya still have most of Terran's pay?
Yes.
Probably gonna need some of it soon.
I'm honestly tempted to just hand some of it to Eirik for the sword, although I don't know if he'd actually take it.
Mm-hmm. Fair. It's a good question. But I think most of us need to sleep, probably.
This is my 3rd purchase of the game.
Yeah, Izzy, you're just...
Congratulations.
I'm proud. I'm happy.
Alright, I think Dave and I are gonna head off.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Night, folks.
Good night.